Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Blaine's Beach Guide. We are now at the very south end of North Myrtle Beach. This is the very first place, if you're coming north from Myrtle Beach, this is the first place you can turn and go toward the ocean and get on the boulevard and see the ocean and resorts on the very south end of the North Myrtle Beach section. This is North Beach Plantation. This is another fairly new development in the last 5 to 7 years again. And the hotel ahead of us is part of theirs. And then right behind that, that's no longer clearly visible, is a resort that's been here a long time known as Beach Cove. There's a marsh off to our left here, open marsh area. And we're going to drive down along the boulevard. This is a fairly short section. North Myrtle Beach is divided into two by another small town called Atlantic Beach. Atlantic Beach is primarily black residents. Back in the time of segregation, Atlantic Beach was the place where all the black folks were allowed to come and swim to keep them separate from the whites. This is a little swash that we're going across that goes up into the marsh over here to our left. Comes in with the tide. And this is the towers for the North Beach Plantation. And then right here on the corner behind it, the big building you see directly in front of us is Beach Cove. It's kind of hidden now behind all this stuff until you get right here on it. And the boulevard just starts here and goes along the ocean for about maybe a mile and a half. A number again of beachfront resorts. There's almost no businesses here on this section at all. These are blue-green timeshare resorts. There's several of those type of companies that have different buildings through here, as well as individual owned condos. There's some older to the left here, a smaller Edgewater Inn and smaller buildings. There's still some of the old, even 40s and 50s beach homes still in existence, although a lot of them have been bought out and replaced by these bigger condo towers here already. There's still a few. Tricia Lynn is one that's a smaller one that's been here ever since I moved here and lived here the first time back in the 80s. This section's probably the nicer of the boulevard anywhere. They've redid it recently and put these little islands and palm trees and so forth in it. Widened it out a little bit. So it's probably one of the nicer sections to drive through as far as scenery and landscaping. The motels and the resorts keep their places pretty nice here, looking colorful, good flowers, and lots of different varieties of bushes and so forth in the summertime. And there's another crosswalk up here. There's only a couple places all the way up through Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach that have these. They're very rare. From what I understand, it's kind of expensive for the permitting and so forth that they have to do to put something across this boulevard high enough for all the trucks and delivery and other things that they take into consideration. That basically connects the parking garage. This is, again, one of the newer buildings that has been built in recent years. And up here on the left are a couple of the few businesses that are on this section of the boulevard. A couple of little ice cream shops. There's still some little apartment buildings that are available for rent. Little arcade type business here on the left, and these are about the only ones in this entire section. Everything else is either homes or resort buildings of some type. I've lived in this section when I lived back in 1988 and 89 when I lived here. This is a section of town I was living in at that time. On what we're going to turn on to here is called 33rd Avenue. This is where Atlantic Beach is. For whatever reasons, they didn't agree to certain terms, so the boulevard does not go through. It stops and goes around Atlantic Beach and continues on the other side where you see those tall buildings there. And so it ends here at 33rd Avenue, and we have to go back up to 17 to continue going around Atlantic Beach. I used to live in a little apartment building that's no longer in the neighborhood right here to the left. They've since torn everything down that was here and replaced it with newer homes. There's still some of the older homes you'll see here on your right as we're going down, but like this one here on your right now is obviously one of the newer, bigger style that's more common. These are some of the older beach homes, again, that were common when I first moved here. And we'll come back out on Highway 17 at 33rd Avenue South. Between 33rd Avenue South and 27th Avenue South is the area where Atlantic Beach is located. It comprises 32nd all the way to 28th. This putt-putt you see across the street, the Hawaiian Rumble Golf, has been one where, from what the signs have shown, they've had the Masters tournament of putt-putt golf in the country several times at this location. In fact, they call themselves the home of the Masters on their sign over here. Straight back, if you were to continue across this road and go back a couple of streets and turn right, is the Grand Strand Airport. It's what's considered an executive airport. It's a smaller one where all the smaller planes fly in, businessmen, company jets and so forth that don't want to land at Myrtle Beach or want to stay kind of away from that area and don't have maybe business right in downtown Myrtle Beach and don't want to have to deal with the traffic coming out of the Myrtle Beach Airport. This is Atlantic Beach. The Dollhouse is located here because it's not in the city limits of North Myrtle Beach. And then because this is a family-oriented beach, those restrictions on those type of establishments are fairly strong, and they have their locations limited in this area. And I'm sorry, 27th is where the light is, but 28th is actually the first road you can turn on that starts the next section of the boulevard in North Myrtle Beach. And now you can drive from this point all the way up to Cherry Grove to the very end of North Myrtle Beach on the boulevard without any interruption. And again, this is also a good way if you're going northward and say you went to Myrtle Beach for dinner and there's a traffic accident somewhere between here and there and traffic's completely backed up in a standstill, if you can get at least here to 28th Avenue and get that far north, and you can turn right and you can start bypassing any traffic backup there may be by coming down here to the boulevard. This is Baywatch. This is one of the newer developments. And this right here on the right, actually at one time was a Holiday Inn that was closed down and made a part of this Baywatch resort. And it's back to a little 2-lane. It does widen out further up into 4-lane where you saw like we were up in Cherry Grove. This end of the beach is the narrowest on this south end of North Myrtle Beach. It's just a little 2-lane road through this part. You can see on the right here some of the older condo type buildings and so forth that were here as the original places were built. And you can also see coming up like with Seaside, that's a newer one that's been built very recently. There's still some just even regular homes also, again, to the left. Some of them were just built as an individual's home, and they've since transitioned into rentals. There's almost nothing down here that's on the boulevard that's owner-occupied on a regular basis. Almost everything along here will all be a rental type unit. come up to the first major intersection on the boulevard here, which is at 17th Avenue South. There's one red light there. There's a couple of clubs, and again, one of the bigger resorts that was here back then was the Rocking K. That one disappeared, and an even bigger, fancier one got built in its place. And again, some of these names, the building is the same. Castaway Beach Inn used to be the Jamaican Inn. It's still the same building, nothing about it has changed except the name. Paint jobs and cleaned up. Excuse me. And here, 17th Avenue South. This is where the Rocking K used to be on the right-hand side. It is now, I'm not sure, I don't see the name of it on the front here like most of them do have. It's probably higher up where we can't see it from this point. There are a few motels located along this road that you'll see. I think there's a Best Western here. But the majority of them, again, are condominiums and other timeshare or individually owned condo buildings. Most of the motels, you'll find the bigger names are all down in Myrtle Beach. The few that there are here are not many and very few and far between. And we're going to get off the boulevard and go back up on the 17 because there's not a whole lot there to show you that's any different anywhere, all the way back up to Main Street. It'll be basically all the same type of condos and resort buildings. This is, didn't even look, I think I'm on 14th or 15th to get 15th. The other day when we turned coming down Hillside to show you some of the shortcuts, we turned on 14th, now we're on, in fact here is Hillside. We were one block to the right here when we turned on one of the other videos showing you how to get through. Hillside again is one of the cut-through streets. Edge is also, difference is Edge has more stop signs. Hillside runs through more places before you have to come to a stop. Most of these other, Madison has a lot of stops, but Hillside runs for a longer length and will get you around more of the traffic quicker if you're caught in a traffic jam or behind an area where there's a wreck. And we're going to end this one coming back out on the 17 because it's only a block off of where we came out before on the other one. Taco Bell and all that's up here again on the right. Y'all have seen all this before, so thanks again for watching. If you did, and if you got any questions, comments, want to know what's going to come up next, we're going to go visit places and not just ride around. We're going to go to Barefoot Land and get out and walk around and show you the shops and the attractions and the entertainment there. We're going to go to Market Commons at the old Myrtle Beach Air Force Base. We're going to go to Broadway at the beach in the heart of Myrtle Beach. It's got lots of attractions, entertainments, the IMAX Theater, Ripley's Aquarium. So we're going to try and give you all a good understanding of the Myrtle Beach area, all the things that are here. Please like us, follow us. We're not going to ask for any paid subscribers or whatever. We're just trying to do this as a service to try and help out and show people what the Myrtle Beach area is about and how to get you around here and give you an idea of what's going on. We are monetizing it only because we want to let some of our local businesses run ads and try and help promote themselves to you. I mean, we are part of the Myrtle Beach area, and the tourist industry is what is the livelihood and the blood that makes this area go. I'm not looking to become rich off of money off of YouTube. I'm wanting to try and share my experience and help people get around quicker. I grew up in Orlando, and I know how frustrating it can be as the traffic grows and you don't know where you're going. And I've been stopped so many hundreds of times in my life between the two towns to ask for directions and so forth that maybe this will preempt that for several people, hopefully several hundred or even 1,000 people that will benefit from seeing the videos and understand a little bit how to get around stuff and so forth. So again, thank you for watching. Share it with your friends that might be coming this way, and we'll see y'all next time. Everybody have a great one.